grammar choice and articulate. Kinda diverse with the pen and shit. Need work on my penmanship, but my people dying and I need to vent. Do you know?
People who claim that they're Republicans.
Yeah, like he'll tell me all the day, like, you sound like a Republican. I'll be like, well, I agree with a lot of their shit. Like, I agree with, like, there should be between a man and a woman. But women should have a right to abort a baby if they should. Shit like that.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Like a traditional conservative is like fiscal responsibility and, you know, less regulation and
less government. And
less government. Yeah, it's like now these Trump Republicans, we need our statues to stay. And
the trumpets.
No more shithole countries. You know what I mean?
Like, that's crazy.
It's just crazy because, like, the Democrats are, like, one evil, but, like, conservatives are obviously a whole nother level of evil.
For sure.
At some points.
Except for Nancy. Me and him get into about Nancy.
Dog, you're not about to come on here repping Nancy fucking Pelosi.
Nancy is the...
Nancy P.
What's the lady from... that did the Cocaine Cowboys?
Griselda Blanca?
Griselda?
Nancy is the Griselda
Offer rescinded. Offer rescinded.
Of the Democrats.
Kick rocks.
My man said Griselda.
She's the...
In what regard,
she's got
though?
More balls than half these men.
But she don't do nothing with it. Like she does nothing.
Does
she does nothing with it.
It's like Obama. She's like, man, he's doing what he can because of so much shit that she got to go through.
She does do something with it. She gets everybody dressed in
kente cloths. Okay, yeah. That's what you do. Hey y'all, let's go put on these cloths representing countries we have no idea about. To represent all black people in America.
Woke fits on.
Yeah, let's put our woke fits on.
It was a little sketchy, right? That whole scene was a little sketchy.
I feel like it's something.
Agree, it was sketchy.
It's something about being conservative that gets you more susceptible to like virtue signaling. Yeah. Put you more susceptible to virtue signaling type shit like that, because that means nothing. It does nothing for no one, and it's culturally incorrect.
Yeah.
What? Put it on the Kente shit?
Yeah. How do you know that that's the tribe that my lineage goes back to? You could be going that could be a rival tribe or something like that. It could be something that I'm never supposed to represent or uphold at all. Yeah. But since we black, and black people come from Africa, and so do Kente cloths. Boom.
Those hand to hand.
Boom.
But I think what they were doing, the best way they thought how we were probably.
You could have did that Neil shit without the Kente cloths.
True.
But she needs to drive the point, though. I think the Kente cloths did drive the point. We still talking about it. Think about it. If they just did it in their regular outfit, it wouldn't have been that impactful.
And I think that's
it
kind of was like, look,
we gotta grab niggas' attention.
We can't just do something.
We gotta say something.
We gotta make sure that the black people kind of think we understand them.
Yeah,
a little bit, and they still kind of got it wrong.
Yeah, that's the problem.
But it's like they trying to get.
But you know what? I would throw you half. I'll give you a little bit of bail if that wasn't the only thing or the first thing that you talk about when I'm asking you what Nancy Pelosi has done for anybody. First thing that came to your mind was her rocking a Kente cloth, taking a knee for a photo op.
That was
I said that.
Okay, my fault. I
didn't say she was the Griselda Blanca.
In what regard? What has she done?
Because she's the only one that stands up to Trump.
What do we
to his face? And we had this conversation. Please don't let me hold you up because we do this all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to put them through this.
So
we clearly are conditioned already.
Yeah, I'm already.
We had this conversation about when she brought the papers on this nigga.
When she tore up the impeachment particles. Okay, but
and she held on to them shits.
Not long enough, obviously. She sent them bitches on. She got a little bit of pressure for a week or so, and she sent them bitches on to the Senate to die. She should have sat on them bitches till November. We would have still been talking about Trump being impeached right now.
You're absolutely right. That would have probably been the best strategic move to do.
You give her so much credit for going a quarter of the way she's supposed to go.
Because who else is fucking with him like that? Everybody else, they turn.
I'm not gonna give nobody.
And then they cry about it afterward.
I ain't gonna give nobody.
He's writing that book and shit.
Oh, Bolton. Yeah. But see, like, y'all got the bar down here.
It's very
I'm not giving you credit for stepping over the lowest bar possible.
No. She's a weak boxer, but
she's trying.
That's kind of the problem with Democrats.
It's like The bar is set so low.
Yeah, the bar is low, but she's willing to do something than just stay in there and be pussy like the rest of them cats.
But y'all understand, like it's not just that she gives half steps in her opposition. She's also been complicit in a lot of what's going on in Washington too. It ain't just Republicans fucking shit up. She's complicit in a lot of this stuff too. She's actively contributing to it.
You're right. She does.
You know what I mean? It ain't just that she.
But most of the restraint, most of the battle comes from Nancy. Even with the whole bailing out when Bush was in president, office, she was still like, I can't just all the way.
You know why I can't get with that, because Nancy Pelosi didn't vote against the Iraq war, right? Nancy Pelosi isn't willing. Barbara Lee was the only congressman to vote against the Iraq war.
That's the right thing to do.
I'm saying if we're talking about she's the strongest Democrat, she's the only one that fights, she's the only one that does this, you are ignoring other people who stand alone in their fights to stand in opposition against not just Trump, but establishment Democrats too.
That's fair. Okay.
Like, people are willing. Bernie Sanders, AOC, they're willing to. I can't let that conversation go by without mentioning him.
I feel bad for Bernie. I feel bad for Bernard.
Like, the Dems played him twice.
Yeah. But he should have got his middle finger off, because once this pandemic shit started happening, he should have got on TV and said, "I told you, motherfuckers."
Yep.
Minimum wage is this, even though I don't agree with the minimum wage shit. That's probably more the conservative shit with me. But I don't agree. But he should have said, "Look, now look who y'all got to rely on, the minimum wage niggas. Now look at what's going on."
Yeah, that would have been.
He should have been like, "Fuck, but you know what? I got the balls."
Yeah.
He should have been like, "I told you. Don't call me for shit now."
He
like,
can't get too excited.
Yeah.
He can't get too. But he should have did. He should have been like, "See what I was saying? Now what? Healthcare? Guess who need it all? Guess who need it?"
Yeah.
He should have pounded his chest, and he did it.
Yeah.
I think at that point he had already chalked it up. Like, he seen the writing on the wall.
He had already left.
He had already chalked it
up.
He had literally just
like a couple days after that, they was like, "Yeah, we got to shut the whole country down for a minute."
Yeah, if that nigga would have just hauled ass for a little bit longer, my nigga.
That was tough.
That's wild.
Man. Just, you want me to have a seat or not?
Have a seat, bro.
Have a seat.
Go ahead and have a seat.
I feel like I'm bombarding you, man.
Oh, man.
Idea. And I was like, I want to see him anyway.
Have a seat, bro.
Go have a seat, bro. With all that being said, it's recess. Back of the Bus Squad, back at it again with my guy, DJ Reams Dope.
What's
Marcus
poppin'?
Too Raw.
What's good?
And as always, Josh, a.k.a. is JTG. We got a squad homie with us today. Homie of the squad, my guy Pete.
How y'all doing?
Man, what up, though? How you living?
I'm good, man. I'm on vacation, so I'm going all right.
Okay. Where you going on vacation?
Hawking Hills.
Okay.
Cabin trip with a couple of friends.
That should be smooth.
Yeah.
It was really relaxing.
It is nice out there. We should try to get something like that popping, because it's a nice little trip. Easy, cheap.
I recommend it. I definitely recommend it, especially in this climate right now.
Right. Right.
Get away from it.
I feel it. Main topics. This first one is heavy. So apparently in Milwaukee, there was some terrible things going down. Marcus, you want to start us off?
Yeah, so there was a community, kind of like a community watch group, activist group, that was spearheading an investigation into some missing kids out there in their neighborhood out in Milwaukee.
Feel it, whatever. That's what they gotta do. They gotta feel that pain when we lose. Y'all gotta hear me, nigga. They gotta feel that loss. Fuck that, hear me, shit. Y'all ain't like that trying to bust in that house like we did to save them kids. Y'all sneaking them out the back. If y'all was gonna kill somebody, kill them. They would have killed them anyway. Kill them if y'all gonna kill somebody. But the molesters get to the district peacefully.
It took for us to go in there and get to save somebody.
Motherfuckers run the bad check. They get a knee in their mouth.
To be in the peace office.
And so, as a result of lack of help from the police department there in Milwaukee,
niggas took matters in their
they
own
kind of
hands.
put matters into their own hands and start, doing things themselves. They were able to track one of the cell phones from one of the kids back to a house. When they approached the home, I think they did say that they found like some clothing or something out there around the house too, something
like
like
some
that.
shorts or something.
Yeah, something, some sort of article of clothing from the kids.
Right.
When they approached the house, they got fire. They got some incoming fire. Somebody was shooting from inside the house.
Mm-hmm.
So at that point, they alerted the police officers. So we in the very beginning of this story where they just approached the house.
Yeah.
Somebody started shooting. So just keep that in mind as we keep going, right? So they call the police. Police don't show up. When they finally do, I think it was something like an hour later, there was a crowd of people surrounding the house. They had organized a group of people to surround the property.
Yeah.
Right, and we actually, I think when I sent that to y'all, I sent there the video of it. It was quite a few people out there, a few hundred at least.
It was a lot, yeah.
Yeah,
a
it
few
was
hundred
stacked.
at
It was
least
stacked.
surrounding the house, right? So then now that there's a crowd of people surrounding this house, now the police have shown up.
Mm-hmm.
They yellow tape the property all the way down to the sidewalk. There's cops on each corner of the house, kind of patrolling. All of a sudden, there's this unmarked van that pulls up, right? People who are recording kind of bust the block a little bit to get a better angle on what's actually going on.
Mm-hmm.
Turns out that they were removing people, victims, and the people in the house, the owners of the house,
Mm-hmm.
kind of secretly through a cut where nobody could see, in unmarked vehicles. Oddly enough,
Broad daylight.
and actually, the owner of the house, the person who owns the house, was already gone. He had slid out at some point in between them calling the police and them pulling them unmarked cars up to the house to try to get the people out.
Okay.
After the the people inside of the house were removed, some way or another, that property and an adjacent property got set on fire. Burned the house,
Burn that motherfucker
burned another
down.
property that I guess was owned by the same person. Got burned down. The police claim that it was the protesters who started blowing it down.
Yeah.
Stop it. Fall.
Protesters said it, like nobody started a fire. You know what I mean?
But some people were saying that the cops did it to hide any
Hide
kind
the
of
evidence. Because what it sounds like is that it was some sort of human trafficking situation going on that they
cops
were
was part of.
involved in.
Yeah.
Because why else are you exiting people secretly in unmarked cars?
And when those last kids went missing, they didn't put out any Amber Alert.
Any
like how they
Amber
normally
Alerts
do.
at all.
They just kept it under
The
wraps.
family requested it.
Yeah, they requested
And
it.
just never had
They
any
dubbed
records
them
of
and everything. Yeah.
Amber Alert. Or
Nothing.
anything being-
Nothing.
So yeah, they pinged man's phone, the little kid's phone, and that's how they tapped in.
And the only thing that I'm confused on is because some of these kids is back home. So did they confirm that them kids was in that house? That's why I didn't get it.
That
It was
I'm not
clear
sure.
from the story
Yeah.
that we read.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the kids that they were looking for are back home. There was no Amber Alert pulled out. The cops were pulling people out secretly in unmarked vehicles. The owner of the house was never arrested,
Homeboy ran off scot-free like nothing ever happened there.
and there was no all the local news coverage was almost the cops' account of it verbatim, which is usually the case in situations where police are involved in shootings or anything like that, any type of death or wrongdoing by the police. They usually just run with the police's narrative of it. But there was the only video coverage we got of it was that video that I sent you that we found on Twitter from people that was there.
Twitter's the new news, my nigga.
Man,
A lot of people were doing like Facebook lives and shit.
Yeah,
but like
yeah.
That's pretty much the only accounts
that was
we
the
really
only
got.
accounts that we have of it at all.
That's a damn shame.
Sick. This
Very
shit is sick.
Extremely sick.
What do we do about it? Like, that's always my question. We allow the police department to conduct their own investigations, hold themselves accountable for their own actions, and do nothing about it.
Right.
So as a people, when we watch something, I thought sex trafficking was something that in this country we were really trying to take seriously.
Right.
So now we got a double whammy. Now we got sex trafficking by way of police department.
Yeah.
And it's like, how do we already got problems police perform when it ain't sex trafficking.
True.
When it's just us. So it's like, what do we do?
But I think that's an argument for people saying, defund the police and stuff like that. Like, the people actually went and found these kids. And if it wasn't for the people taking action, who knows what the
People have
situation
to
will
do
be.
their own justice, fam.
Yeah. So
Sadly, not sadly, but that's just the way it is. We gotta take justice in our own hands.
And I thought of that when we talk about defunding police.
Mhm.
Do you, how often, like individually, like do y'all rely on the police? Like when's the last time you actually called 911?
relied on the police.
department? I thought of that, like, do I call and rely on the police department for anything? Now, emergency response, EMS, we need them.
Yep.
They in our good graces, but
And hell, the police.
I'm not saying do away with the police, but how often do you call 911?
I'm trying to think because I work at a bank that even then, like, never really had to call the police. I had to call EMS one time, but like,
I called the police once to do a security report when a customer was stalking me online. I had to do a report because the nigga was talking crazy, so I had to report that through work. And even then, there was no urgency. There was nothing happening. It was like, oh, take down the name, who's involved, how do you know this person, and that was it. Like, nigga, I told my boss that when the shit was going on. So if you're not doing anything, why am I wasting time saying this, nigga? Let me just wipe off my pistol and keep it on me in case somebody, you know what I mean? Like
real shit.
Because they wasn't going to do shit. So it's like, fuck it. Yeah.
I don't know, man. Crazy
so,
shit.
to answer your question, never.
Yeah.
I've seldom. I may have kind of, like you said, had to file a report.
Yeah.
Due to like identity theft.
Mm-hmm.
Like, my credit card was used in a restaurant. It was like, that wasn't even an emergency.
I think the last time I called the police is when we got robbed on Sumner.
I forgot about that.
When we got robbed on Sumner, that was the last time.
I kind of was like, what are they gonna do?
Yeah.
I don't think
they was gone.
Like I was just like,
yeah, they was gone.
Yeah,
we was never getting that shit back. They was never gonna find them. So it's kind of like it almost felt pointless.
Yeah.
And then even at that, we kind of did our own.
Yeah.
We move like this around the neighborhood.
Yeah.
You know, and then we started being our own investigators at that point.
Yeah.
And I think we kind of got word like it might have been your man's down there, not our people. I ain't dropping names, but it's like
Yeah.
we was like,
nah,
if
nigga,
we
you
can
know
confirm this, we gonna do something about it.
Mans can be anybody
confirm.
if you a fuck nigga.
Damn,
you
that's
know you
crazy.
are.
I completely forgot my laptop got stolen on that Bellwood house.
Yeah,
like right
Yeah,
there.
that's the same neighborhood.
Yep.
Yeah,
Same spot.
Yeah.
that's crazy. Moving on, we got some NBA news.
NBA bike.
Yeah. So
Question mark? Maybe.
Yeah, right. So
Maybe.
some good news, some bad news. What y'all want to start with first?
Want to start light with the jerseys? Well, I don't even get light because it was cool, but then niggas start talking shit about that.
Wow.
So the NBA's allowing the players to put like special messages on the
their
back of their
jerseys.
jerseys instead of their names. So like some people were putting like the victims' names who died to the hands of the police or
That's
Black
dope.
Lives Matter and all that,
Yeah.
which I think is a cool concept. Give them a way to express themselves other than the shirts they might wear during the warm up. But of course, everybody in the comments wasn't feeling the same way I was feeling. Was just hating. This is unnecessary. It's going too far. I'm not going to support this.
Oh, so Jason Whitlock was in the comments.
You know what I mean? Know what I mean? So it's just like, you don't like it, don't watch it.
So hold
my
on,
nigga.
man. So y'all motherfuckers can take somebody else's name, somebody else's family member, and turn them into a hashtag.
Right.
But when a celebrity is trying to do it on a bigger stage, then it's too much.
Yeah.
You can retweet a motherfucker's name 1,000,000 times, and that's not too much.
Yeah.
But them wearing it on the back of a jersey is. People be worried
Picking and
about the
choosing.
wrong shit.
And now that you say that, y'all gotta stop trying to make Breonna Taylor a meme, dog. Those joints, those posts be pissing me off, son.
I've never seen
Making her a meme?
Nigga, a meme.
Pretty much making her a meme, like they'll say like some witty like little riddle. I just got this, and this. Vacation for free. Here's the instructions.
Oh, and then they
Swiping in
put
this name. Yeah, like,
yeah.
saying little dumb shit like fam, just nah.
Just
call
keep
the
talking
line.
about it. Keep posting
just
it.
call the line. Don't save the jokes.
The joints that I seen that I was retweeting was, hey, Breonna Taylor is no longer trending. Let's try to get this back going. Retweet this. That's all that's really necessary.
Right.
Yeah,
Honestly.
for sure. The bad news about the NBA is that there's 19, 20 players with COVID.
And then also sitting out, some of them for family reasons, some of them dealing with the protests. Don't think it's right to come back right now.
Moral
Be a
reasons.
distraction, moral reasons. So, yeah, no, it's that's why I say
it's-
question mark.
Wait, 20 players with the Roni?
Jokic
got
Malcolm
it.
Brogdon.
Brogdon, somebody
Buddy
from
Hield.
from the Suns got it. I don't think
Damn.
they've confirmed whether or not it was Booker yet or not,
Yeah.
which is shitty.
Yeah.
Very shitty.
But he's not in the
He ain't in the playoffs.
Bruh, they in the running. I don't know
yeah.
how.
Yeah, they are.
But they get a chance.
They're like one of the last teams. Yeah.
The Suns got
There's
a
only
chance.
like maybe 1 or 2 teams from the West that aren't in it.
Yeah.
The Warriors.
I think it's the Warriors and maybe
the Blazers?
the Kings.
No,
Nah,
the
the
Blazers
Blazers
are in it.
is there.
Yeah, the Blazers are there.
It's like the Kings and
I think the Kings
And
might
the
be in it
Warriors
too.
probably.
I can't imagine the
What?
Phoenix
I think.
Suns pulling that
I
off.
feel like I remember seeing
Not
that
at
name.
all.
Them niggas cut a check.
Probably.
He cut a check.
Probably
And
sure
niggas in the East was like, yeah, we'll just set this one out. We all right. We good.
Oh shit. But yeah, 19 players.
Hell no.
Some of them star players. Like, it's gonna kind of fuck up things, but
It's kind of like defeats the purpose
Yeah.
because they kind of, it's kind of like the unwritten thing. Like, we need to make sure we got enough star power in this playoff.
Mm-hmm.
But if you got Jokic out, you can be like, man, we can't win for losing at this point.
Right.
Exactly.
So I don't know what they're gonna do if they. Plus, because I'm pretty sure their number's not gonna go down no time soon.
Yeah.
Because they meet in Florida, which is now
The
so
melting
they probably
pot.
should-
and that's the
melting
thing. Like,
pot
they're
for that
all
shit.
going to be in a bubble
Yeah.
with each other. Like, let's hope they don't.
And they
They're
said that
looking good.
Yeah.
They found a way to get it done. I'll commend them, but it's not.
niggas gonna get sued because their kids is sick.
Yeah, some of them like, man, I'd rather just. Who was it?
I'm pretty sure the NBA gonna have them sign a waiver.
They're gonna have
If
to
they
now.
if they go to that bubble, I'm fairly positive that the NBA will have them sign a waiver just so that they're not at risk for shit like that.
Yeah.
Ariza saying my kids. I think he was like, I'm not gonna do it because of my kids.
Yeah.
And I think Bradley.
Avery
was
Bradley
hilarious.
said the same thing too.
Yeah.
Like, I got a newborn. And
Oh,
like,
yeah,
so
that's-
my
yeah.
thing is
Yeah.
either not seeing my kid for like a period of 2 months, or
Not
you
seeing
not
y'all
seeing
niggas
y'all.
till October, nigga.
Yeah.
Like, see it like.
Didn't they say they might take J.R. Smith to replace Avery Bradley?
Yeah, I don't know.
Why? I don't
Yeah,
know.
I'm not really excited about J. I would take Jamal Crawford right now
I can see that.
over J.R. Smith because I think we was talking, and at first they wasn't gonna let people that didn't play
And
this
they
season
changed it.
get
Yep.
on, and they changed it.
They ain't had no
Changed it.
choice.
So shit, we already got Deion Waiters, which I mean, is Deion Waiters really that much worse of a defender than J.R. Smith?
That's what I was thinking. You got plenty of Lakers.
We got
Yeah.
KCP. He
You
gonna
got
have
more
to
than
play
enough.
some defense to stay on the court now.
That nigga played on house arrest, fam. So he
get
gonna
right.
be there regardless.
Go get my nigga Jamal Crawford. I can do without J.R. Smith.
I can see that.
What? I thought we was up. I thought we was up. Like, he's still talking about that. I'm like, bruh, come on, man. Come on, man. Situational basketball. You've been playing too damn long not to know what the score is.
Man, I never forget the day he was on the court, nigga, having a full blown conversation with Jason Terry, who was on the bench. Was just like
That's
talking
crazy.
like, we're not at the rec, my nigga. This is a live game. You're getting paid tonight to do what you're doing right now.
Shit is nuts.
That is crazy.
Fam is wild.
We got another versus battle coming up between Fabolous and Jadakiss. I want to
Yeah.
say Fab should win, but
I
like
would
I told
take
y'all
Fab,
earlier,
What?
Jadakiss.
Thank you. They're
Jadakiss-
bugging. They're bugging.
We're giving
I'm saying Jadakiss
debate,
can't win.
No
discussion.
debate. They're just gonna end it at
I
close.
didn't say that. I didn't say that.
You're
I think
just pretty
Jadakiss
sure
can
Fab-
win. Jadakiss can
I don't
definitely
know
win.
how you pick one. I don't know how you pick
It is.
one.
It's
I
a
feel like
hard
Jadakiss
pick,
got
but
more in the tuck though.
It depends on what
So-
the vibe of it is.
Check this out. When you think
We're
Fab,
talking. I'm sorry.
when you think
we're
when you-
talking already done catalog.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
when you thinking about Fabulous, what do you think first? Commercial records or mixtapes?
Well, you're giving me to choose those two.
No, well,
My
out
answer-
of those two,
my answer would be bars, is what I think first.
Okay, fine.
But
But out of those
commercial
two,
records or mixtapes?
or mixtapes, what you think?
DJ Clue. It's got to be the mixtapes.
Desert Storm.
Man.
Okay.
All you think about, you know what I think about when you say Fabulous? I hear there's a storm in the back with DJ Clue.
So it's mixtapes, right?
It's got to be mixtapes.
Okay,
I'm
so
going to
then-
answer you with mixtapes.
Does Jadakiss have more commercial hits than Fab?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, hell no. Hell
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
Then Fabulous?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Oh, man.
We talking about Make You Better, Can't Deny It, Superwoman, Diamonds.
Y'all tripping. Y'all tripping. Because
Oh,
I thought
man,
you was
it's
going to
a
say
whole-
commercial records first.
It's
No.
a
They,
whole.
they both
Fab-
have decent amount of
And maybe
mixtape
I'm
rap.
showing my age, but when I think Fab, I think mixtape, and I think DJ Clue. Like, we don't even talk about DJ Clue
That's.
anymore.
I mean, that's fair. I can
And
see that.
Fabulous is the kind of the reassertion of DJ Clue after the Rockefeller days.
Yeah.
That's just how I look at Fab, and then
I guess we'll see how it turned out. I got Fab.
But I mean, you only got 20 songs.
But I feel like commercial, it's gotta be Jadakiss.
I think Jada only got Why. He did a song with Mariah Carey. I can't remember.
Jenny from the Block. Why? Best of Me. New York with Ja Rule. You make
He's
me.
got the locks. Let's slow down for
And that's the other thing. Like
this. He's got George with the locks, and
Bad
I
boy.
forget Swiss Beats himself is
Rock.
a muscle behind.
Yeah.
I'm not saying
Rough Rider.
Jadakiss will definitely lose this. I'm just saying it's
And
going to be
I
a
love
it's a
Fab
good
back.
battle.
It's
a
weird.
good
I don't
battle.
think nobody's.
Yeah.
It's just like y'all were so quick. I think Fab got this. Because
I think
I'm only for Fab. I'm only for Jadakiss now because y'all just made it so quick.
I think if it's
But like
20
if you were
songs,
switching, I was like,
Consideration.
I'm like, yeah, but you know what? Fab got all of this shit too. Like it's
Fab
hard.
got a
I just
lot of like shit that people are going to want to come to the battle and hear.
Yeah.
As opposed, I mean, you know, Jada definitely has the bars.
He
but
gonna
like,
play some shit y'all niggas forgot. Watch.
I think that's
That's
gonna
what's
happen.
gonna
I definitely think that's gonna happen.
and it's gonna be like, oh,
Now, if he
forgot
plays
about
by
this.
your side, which I don't know if he will for sure,
I hope. I'm about to
he
toot that
might
nigga.
win the battle for me. 'Cause that's my shit.
Damn. Just one song.
One song.
Just one song.
Yeah,
Because
like
it's
you
better
said,
than it's better than
it's
a
some
lot
shit that
of
people
like
forget.
Fab
Telling
shit.
you.
Oh, except maybe Breathe. I forgot about Breathe.
Breathe. Oh. Woo.
If they go head to head,
It's
they gotta
tough.
play those songs
Breathe.
back to back.
It's
By
we
your
gotta-
side and
One
Breathe.
into the
We gotta
two,
remember,
two
Jadakiss-
into the three.
Jadakiss is what, like 48?
Yeah.
And he just
he up
dropped
there.
a fucking monster album
Yeah.
at 48. All right, the Ignatius joint.
Hunting Season was dope. The
Oh,
shit that he put
man.
out with
Fabulous. Freddie vs. Jason.
that was funny. Yeah, that was dope. And then the joint with Dej Loaf was okay. But
Man, all I hear is like, man, all I hear is Jadakiss got Dave's Loaf together.
But dog, if Fab drop an album right now,
I'm
it's
still
gonna be
bumping Summertime.
that bitch gonna be on play.
I'm still
for a minute.
listening to Summertime.
Summertime Shootout.
Like
Summertime.
it just came out.
Soul Tapes.
Yeah, but I'm
Soul
saying
Tape.
like we trying to pick out tracks on Jadakiss's latest album. Like, okay, that one was cool. That one was cool. Nigga, if Fab drop an album right now, it's on repeat for a month.
But the
It's on repeat
Jadakiss
for a
joint,
month.
the Jadakiss joint is like Grammy worthy shit right now. I don't know.
His most recent?
Yeah, the
Oh,
joint
you
about
bugging.
his mans that died.
You bugging.
What?
It was good.
Am I by
It's
myself
not
on that
Grammy
one?
level.
Nah, I mean, he
If
got some joints
If
on
you
there.
talking about Grammy level, you talking about like rap album of the year or some shit like
No.
that. It ain't-
Yeah. Rap
One of the
album
top,
year,
like,
not
5
album of the year,
albums.
then. I feel like
5 or
that's
6.
I
No,
feel
I'm not
like-
saying it is. I'm just saying
So,
that's what you're.
that's what you're.
So
assuming.
I'm
can't-
saying Jadakiss should definitely submit that for best rap album.
Yeah,
I'm probably I could be by myself, but I'll credit Fabolous to this: is that when you listen to Fab's the Summertime joint, when you listen to that, he's more in tune with the sound
The times.
because he's got. Like, I was sitting there thinking like, why is Ty Dolla $ign on a song with Fabulous?
Yeah, but yeah,
But
that's what
Fabulous knows that it worked, and that song is
'Cause he got
fucking
kids,
fire.
man.
Yeah.
I'm loving the song. But I'm
Yeah.
like, I would have never if I were Fab,
Young
I
kids,
wouldn't
I
call
think
Ty
they
Dolla
both do.
$ign for nothing.
That's
But
true.
it works so well. Like I think that's the one thing that Fab got on him. is that
Yeah,
he
Fab
knows-
is up there in age,
Ty
but he
Dolla,
can
bro.
kind of move with the
It's-
time.
it's- I like. Let me be clear. I like Ty Dolla $ign. But what I'm saying, if I was Fabulous with my resume, I don't need. It's kind of like I talked about this last week. It's kind of is it Uchi Wale?
Where's the one mic?
One mic.
Oh, we got it.
Hell no.
And I'm sorry to
I told you
do
it was
it.
gonna catch on.
It's definitely
But I feel
catching
like
on.
that's what like, come on, Fab, you got bars you don't need Ty.
Yeah.
You more distinct and distinguished artist. You
Right.
don't need the pop nigga with you. No disrespect to him.
But
To
you
me,
don't
it's
need
my
him.
personal
But I think
opinion.
that's how he rock.
But it is.
Dog, if Akon out here making tracks with Clownface,
Hey, yo. Valid argument,
all
dogs.
bets are off.
Yeah, all morals are done.
If Akon is out here making tracks with Clownhead, bruh.
Hey, man, some
all
people make
bets
bad
are off.
decisions. I mean,
That's
Some
a
people make
terrible
bad
decision.
decisions.
That is an awful
you
decision.
had a bad moment. You
Oh,
know,
my God.
a weak moment.
Damn.
That was a week,
I
30
look
seconds.
Treacherous.
Hell no. Other rap news, sad rap news. Huey, the artist who brought us Pop, Lock, and Drop It, has
That was
been
a shocker.
shot and killed.
That was crazy. The night he was planning a video for the next day, like, I had caught wind of his Instagram, and that shit always creeps me out when you see, like, posts leading up to that time, and then, gone.
Yeah.
That shit is crazy.
R.I.P. man.
Was there any beef or anything? Like,
Nobody
I know
knows.
St. Louis,
Yeah.
it's a safe place.
It's not the safest place.
You know, for people like him.
Right.
But
Yeah. Not that I'm aware of, but you know, it's just one of them things that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
And Pop Lock and Drop It is definitely a classic. Definitely
What was that? Pop Lock and Drop It. That was high school.
Yeah.
That had to have been high school.
Yeah, maybe late middle school, maybe. What year was it?
I think I was in high school, so you may have been.
But you like 40, so like that would have put me.
40 years old, and Pop Lock and Chocolate was from high school for me, so that would make that 20 years ago.
What year was it?
2005, 2006.
Ooh,
2005, yeah, so that was-
2005, that was like sixth grade.
I would say that was high school for me.
Yeah, that was high school for me too.
That should be
2005?
2005.
Seventh grade.
No, that was high school for me. I think.
Yeah, I was in the
Or
seventh
middle
grade in
school.
2005.
It was either middle
I
school
was,
or
You would have probably been a.
I'm sorry,
freshman,
nope. I
maybe.
just kept scrolling. It released in 2007.
7?
Well, then that was
2007.
freshman year for me.
I was almost out there. That was junior year for me, into senior year.
Yeah. Classic though.
Yeah, shout out to Huey, man.
Oh yeah.
R.I.P. for
It's
sure.
always sad. Like, I don't understand. Like, why do we have to
Say this all the time.
You a person, but it's like when you like, why you got to kill a rapper? Like,
Yeah.
what are we doing? That
Why you gotta kill a nigga that we like?
Yeah.
Hell, I was gonna say before dub since we on music, nigga. My nigga Pop Smoke beat the Woo 2. It's certified gold now.
That's dope. That is
Shout
dope.
out to that shit.
And his new album probably about to come out soon because
Dropping Friday.
he got the track with Rowdy Rebel.
Yeah.
See, the only thing that made me uncomfortable with that is like all due respects, R.I.P. to Pop Smoke, R.I.P. to X, but like it's something unsettling about how these rappers are worth more and are more popular
When they're
dead
gone, yeah.
than they are alive.
Yup.
Like
Yeah.
it's something unsettling about that,
It's
and
awkward.
especially now that it's becoming to be more of a theme.
Yup.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The
It's more
deceased
prevalent.
rapper is kind of like a
The
genre at
post,
this
whatever,
point.
yeah.
I think
That's
there's
not
something to it when like Pop was like a nigga who was like asking for the smoke and willing to address the smoke. So like the way he kind of went out kind of immortalized him a little bit in a sense.
You know what?
But like I said, X wasn't asking for that.
True. No, I don't think any of them
He
were
was
asking
on a-
for
I
it. But
thought X in the beginning of his career was, and then I think he kind of turned and was
He
like,
kind of chilled out.
He
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
on his way, but by the time that unfortunate incident happened, he was on a completely different
way,
trajectory. Like
Yeah.
he was trying to.
Yeah, I'm not trying to throw
know,
any kind of reasoning behind murdering him,
right.
but yeah, you're right. I definitely recall him changing his path,
Yeah.
which made it way worse. It's like, man, that's what you want. You want somebody to, if they start that way, to work their stuff out and change their
He was
mentality.
still young, so he had
he got
realized
time
at an
to do
early
that.
age that
So
like,
was
you
Pop.
know,
That nigga was only
Yeah.
20, son.
That's the
Yeah.
worst.
Yeah.
Nigga just graduated 2 years ago.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, like that's what I mean when I say like, why do we gotta kill the rapper? I mean, like there are people like everybody else, but I'm like, man, he finally got enough money to get himself
Together, get his
got
family
going
right.
together, his kids.
Yeah.
You just like,
now-
fuck that. You just gonna
now
snatch
this
it.
is when it happens.
Yeah.
You know, that's
Yeah.
the worst part. For
And
me.
Pop was about to go. Like
Yeah.
he was already on a crazy trajectory. Yeah, shit is that.
nuts.
Yeah, for sure. Last main topic. I was going to do this as an L myself and add hollow gestures from people like the guy who does the Cleveland show.
Cleveland show voice. What's his name? Somebody give
It's
his name.
Mike something. Mike, I don't know. You
what
got it?
happened though?
Also the chick from y'all watch Big Mouth on
Yeah.
Netflix.
So that's what
that
started
shit
it.
is hilarious.
It is hilarious. That's what started it though. She said she was going to back out from being the black girl on the show. And you know,
Mike
then
Henry.
That's when Mike what?
Henry.
Mike Henry.
Okay. And then that's when Family Guy came out and said that they were going to leave any kind of characters who were people of color. They were going to leave those voice
I think
acting
The
roles
Simpsons,
too.
Yeah.
And then the Simpsons did it afterwards, which is crazy because the Simpsons had the whole issue with Apu.
Papu,
Yeah.
nigga,
So like, if you were going to correct some shit, you had the chance to do it like years ago.
years ago.
Well, they
Should've
said
been
they're
did
not gonna do any African American.
So they'll have the characters on the show, but
They
the
just
voice
will have
actors are
black
going to
people
be
playing them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Here's why this shit doesn't matter and is diverting focus away from things that actually matter. Because there are black voice actors that voice white characters as well.
Yeah.
This doesn't mean anything. That's your occupation. That's your job.
Yeah.
Right? It's to play a character, a fictional character, something that literally doesn't exist.
That gets drawn up and colored.
And nobody asked for it.
Yeah, nobody asked for that. You know what I think is funny though? These same motherfuckers was out here tearing down Scarlett Johansson last year or the year before last when she was talking about, well, yeah, you know, I can play a tree if I want to, or I can play this, I can play that.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And so then now is when we talking about not having black voice actors or not having white voice actors play black characters.
Right.
Right? So it's just like, it's funny that we keep going for like the superficial level of everything. Because you could have did this a year ago when you was out here trying to cancel Scarlett Johansson.
Right. Nobody thought to do it then.
Nobody thought to do it then, but now that we're talking about black people dying, now we just gonna inch that level up just a bit. Yeah. And we're gonna get all the black voice actors to play black characters.
And that's the thing with these hollow gestures. Like, nobody asked for that. Nobody needs that to happen. Mm-hmm. And I don't know. It's just like, do you want a cookie for that?
Yeah,
like,
I don't care, bro. I didn't even know the chick that played Missy wasn't black. I didn't know. I would have never known.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
But yeah,
I didn't particularly care either.
To go along with that,
matter.
Realtors in Texas will no longer use the term master bedroom or master bathroom.
Again, still didn't know that was. I guess now it makes sense now that I hear it.
Yeah.
But
if it came from that, you know.
Okay, cool, fine. But like, don't make a big much to do of it. Like you changing the world. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I hear you.
I don't care.
I hear what you're saying.
That's just like the Columbus thing
that
to me.
Sounds
like,
more genuine.
when I say master bedroom, I don't think of slave master.
Right.
When I say Columbus, I don't think of Christopher Columbus.
Right.
I think of just the city of Columbus as itself. So it's just like a hollow gesture that nobody really asked for.
The second one made more sense to me. The whole, we're not going to do black actors with, we're going to do black actors with black voices. That one, like you said, that's very hollow.
Yeah.
But I think if it's got an origin leading to
just some fucked up shit like that.
They're like, look, let's get ahead of this.
I never would have. I never would have thought of that. Though.
I didn't think
until you brought it up.
Now,
somebody would have though. Somebody would have.
Yeah, I think
soon as these shows come back, they're gonna start Google. I wonder who does such and such.
I'm gonna leave them alone on that.
Y'all want to make some gestures that actually matter? Y'all can keep tearing down these fucking statues. Y'all can keep tearing down these statues because now I don't want to have monuments to racism. That's something different.
Yeah.
Very true.
You know what I mean? The voice actors things. If you don't tell me, I'd never know. Mm-hmm. But I can see a fucking Robert E. Lee statue. I can see a racist statue.
Or if you want to do a gesture that matters, arrest the cops
that murdered Breonna
Taylor. Yeah.
What about schools? When you talking about the statue?
Oh, changing school names?
Like Woodrow Wilson,
no,
all
like
that shit.
Robert E. Lee.
Jefferson. How do we feel about Jefferson?
Nah, you can get rid of that name too.
First of all, everybody on our money was a slave owner. Everybody on our money was a slave owner. Benjamin, Washington, Lincoln.
Yeah, when they changed it to 20.
Harriet Tubman.
They stopped it. They
completely stopped
postponed
it? Okay.
I seen somebody with a stamping their 20s with her face.
I saw it.
Oh, weak ass Steve Mnuchin, the boy that your girl wouldn't prosecute. He delayed it. Secretary of the Treasury, yeah. The one that she let off.
Wouldn't prosecute?
Would not prosecute. Refused to prosecute. Whatever you want to say. She did not put his ass in jail. Didn't even try. But we ain't got to talk about that. I know we got other things to get to.
We're not going to.
Speaking of which, W's and L's. Let's get it.
Oh, my school was named after a black man. I ain't know that.
Cos?
No. In middle school.
What?
My school in New York. My middle school in New York.
Columbus Alternative?
You said Afrocentric?
Nah.
Those guys, the Nubians?
Nah. The Nubian Kings and Queens. But yeah, I had to Google it real quick. Richard R. Green. That's a black man. Look like Mr. Jefferson.
Yeah, he does. He does, actually.
Yeah, that's why.
Beechcroft wasn't some old racist white man.
It was.
Yikes.
Victor Beechcroft. The last man to own a slave in Columbus, Ohio.
Right.
The school was on the fucking plantation.
Hell no. Who's got W's and L's first?
I'll take it away, man. I got a short list, so I'll get through this. Start on a positive note. So my first dub I got going out to T Grizzly for a fire ass out.
I need to listen to it.
Fire ass out.
I think you might have. Did you tweet it?
I did.
Okay.
I did.
Because that's when I was like, damn, why am I sleeping?
Go listen to that.
Why am I sleeping?
Right.
That joint.
I'm gonna listen to that after Jadakiss album.
For sure. Let me pull up the track list. It's like I give it about a, let's say 8.5 out of 10.
Okay.
That's solid for me.
Must listen.
Must listen, definitely. I got I'm on Apple Music.
Yeah, how many tracks is it and how long is it?
It is 17 songs, 45 minutes. So not
yeah,
really long.
That's an easy listen.
Yeah, that's an easy listen. I got that done on a walk.
Listen.
Yeah,
That's what I was
that's a
listening
walk
to.
around the block a couple times. Little drive to the outlet.
Intro was fire. He got some decent features on here too. Big Sean, Meek Mill, Lil Baby. Honestly, Lil Key might have had one of the best features on there.
Baby?
Mm-hmm.
I can see that.
Over Sean?
Yeah. No, Sean's feature was dope. I'm saying the song with Lil Slime was.
You picked my answers.
Yeah.
Definitely
He
have to
even found,
check this
he
out.
even found
Wait,
a way.
I'm listening now.
Yeah.
He found a way to work in some actual like. You know, T Grizzly, he talk about shooting niggas and robbing niggas. You know what I'm saying?
Hardcore.
But like, he actually put some current events, some shit that actually matters into there. He had a song on there, COVID with Lil Baby. Definitely like shows that he's present.
Yeah.
He actually
He's
knows
in the
what's
he's
going
in the
on.
moment.
He's in the moment for sure.
Okay.
That's what's
Okay.
up.
Shout out to T Grizz on that one. Fire ass album. That's what is it? The Smartest.
Okay.
Jamal Bowman, Madeir Jones, Charles Booker, and AOC. Most of them have already wrapped up their primary wins in their districts. So definitely shout out and congratulations to all those guys. Jamal Bowman beat incumbent Elliot Engel. He was touted by your girl, Nancy, her guy, Chuck Schumer. The Congressional Black Caucus was supporting him.
Damn.
Which let's you know what I mean? At this point, let's just assume that people in government that are black, let's just assume that they not with us at this point until they prove otherwise. When congressional, you got Jamal Bowman, an educator for 20 years in is it Brooklyn or the Bronx? You know the dude. You know what I'm
You
talking
said
about? Jamal Bowman. It's either Brooklyn or the Bronx.
I want to say
Educated for 20 years. Just all out good guy. You know what I mean? Black guy. And
Important.
The Congressional Black Caucus endorses Elliot Engel, a 16-year incumbent that ain't did shit for that district. That Black Caucus has been bought and sold.
Yeah, that's kind of ridiculous.
But shout out to Jamal Bowman for beating him in that primary. So he'll be. It's a traditionally.
And
It's
where
the
is
Bronx.
the Bronx. Oh yeah, that's home right there.
And yeah, man. See, you should have been shouting him out.
I should have.
Slacking.
Yeah.
Shout out the Bronx.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, no, his New York 16th district is a traditionally blue district, so he'll probably beat the Republican challenger in November. Madeir Jones won New York 17th. He's the first openly gay black congressman to come out of that district. AOC smashed her challenger. I think she won by like 70-something% of the vote.
Yeah, she's hot.
She destroyed her challenger.
I don't think.
And then Charles Booker is the most interesting out of those to me. He is going up against Amy McGrath. She's another one of those, establishment picked candidates to run up against Mitch McConnell in Kentucky.
Oh,
So that's why that one is so
Very
important
Very
because she came out the gate arguing that that Mitch McConnell didn't do enough to support Trump. Didn't do enough to push his policy. Yeah, I'm talking about the Democratic senator or the hopeful from Kentucky arguing that Mitch McConnell doesn't do enough to help Trump and his policies, and that she is a Trump Democrat that's going to help him get his shit through. You can't make this shit up. Democrat.
I hate
Democrat.
to do this.
Mm-hmm.
I really do.
Yeah.
Because I know y'all gonna get me for this, but she may be on to something.
In what regard? Please explain. I'm gonna give you a chance to explain
especially
yourself.
with the Mitch McConnell stuff.
Yeah,
I'm not
explain
saying
yourself.
I'm not saying I would do it, but I'm saying she may be on to something.
Or that's her angle, you think?
That may be her angle. Because
Okay.
you don't want to
Okay.
all the way be no Trump in a state like Kentucky,
In Kentucky.
where
Okay.
Mitch McConnell has been.
I can see
You still
that.
got to
The
tee
man
that. You still
for
got to
so
tee
long.
That's
that.
the thing, though. Like, I see where you going with it.
I like how she put that. I'm a Democratic Trump
I'm
guy.
a Trump Democrat.
That's
Yeah.
I can get with.
That's a bold
where
ass
she's
statement.
going.
That is.
It may be a bunch of
oxymoron.
bullshit.
Problem is
Oxymoron.
though is that
But-
Mitch McConnell's not even popular in his home state, so you don't even gotta be out there singing and dancing like that
Mitch been
to
around.
that
You gotta press
degree.
it. You gotta
Mitch
press
been
it.
around for so long. Even if he's not popular in the state, he's popular with the Republicans.
They needed a strong candidate to go up against Mitch McConnell to show how he actually is, like to show how solid how solid of a hold he actually has on that seat. There hasn't been a really solid candidate to challenge him in that district.
So you saying it won't be hard to get rid of him?
I'm saying
If there was a candidate strong enough, it wouldn't be as difficult.
as difficult as you think. And
I
I don't think you got to go up here and proclaim yourself as a Trump Democrat to beat Mitch McConnell in Kentucky.
I think
People are just as fed up with
affordable.
Mitch McConnell in Kentucky as the rest of the country is, because Mitch McConnell's not doing anything for the working man in Kentucky either, white or black. He ain't doing nothing in Kentucky.
I agree with you.
So you ain't got to go out here and sing and dance. Hey, I like Trump too. You ain't got to do all that. Just talk to the working class people of that district. Speak to them. Speak to their issues. You ain't got to go all that way. You ain't got to be a Trump Democrat now.
I'm not saying I would do it, but I like her approach.
And I think
It
what's
may be
emblematic
on
of that is that she started out with like a 10-point lead because Kentucky did mail-in ballots.
After she said that,
She said that months ago.
longer time. Okay.
This was a long ass time ago.
Okay.
So they started voting last week, and or not the polls officially open, but they've been mail-in voting for a while, so they're still counting.
Okay.
She started out with a 10-point lead in the money advantage of like David and Goliath because she had all those endorsements. She had Chuck Schumer, she had Nancy Pelosi, she had all the people you would expect her to have endorsements from in the establishment of the Democratic Party.
Yeah.
So she had a high money advantage. She was 10 points ahead in polls, and now Charles Booker has not just closed it, he's up 2 points, 42-40. So this just goes to show, like, even if that was her angle and that was the way that maybe she was told, because I don't see her as like a really forceful person. I don't see her as like a really strong candidate. So to me, it just feels like they picked the name out of the hat and was like, let's go with Amy. You know what
That's
I mean?
how that looks.
Let's go with Amy. So she was probably directed to take that angle. You know what I mean? Because
It may not be a bad idea. I like the idea. Probably wouldn't do it again.
Because then you have
But
to.
I like the approach.
Then you're beholden to that. Now you have to do something to back it up. Now you have to go support a Trump policy
Do you?
to prove that you're a Trump Democrat.
Or else they'll get you the
Or
fuck out
else,
of there.
else you're gonna get primaried the next go around and
Well,
lose
I
your
just
seat.
think you do what you think is best once you get in there.
But that's my thing. You've set a precedent now that you are a Trump Democrat. So the first time you go up there and you vote against a Trump initiative or something, some Republican bill, they're gonna hang you.
Yeah, the Republicans
are
gonna get
probably
on that
gonna
ass.
Get him out of here. But if you were to say
Your
that,
constituents in your district will get on you because you got elected on the promise of being a Trump Democrat.
But this is
so
what
if you
I
can
would
get
say.
elected not having to sing that bullshit, now you're beholden to no one other than the people that you should be to.
But this is what I would say to those people. I would say, yeah, man, I'm not going along with everything Trump is recommending. But look at your education system right now. I'm funding your education system. Look at the farmers in Kentucky. Are y'all happy? Because I did that, but I didn't go down this healthcare shit that Trump is doing.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I would do it if I was in that individual's shoes. Once again, it's gonna be tough because you got the quack Republican, like you said you was, or I'm sorry, quack Trump, and be the Democrat, which is why I wouldn't do it. But I like her approach. But like you said, you gonna have to
Running on the platform of being a Trump Dem is
It's kind of silly.
It's nasty.
you don't really need to
It's
do it.
nasty.
Because it makes you kind of really full of shit and dishonest.
Yeah.
It makes you kind of dishonest because it's like, well, you can't be both.
Again, is it Uchiwali or is it one mic? That's really what it comes down to.
Hell
For
no.
real though. So them is my dubs. I got a couple L's too. First one is going out to Jersey
What dirty Jersey didn't do?
for New Jersey twerk.
What happened?
Ooh, you saw that?
Oh, I did.
I'm
see that.
actually
I did
surprised
see
you
that.
saw that.
he choking. He pulled an 8
Oh,
mile.
that was
He
terrible.
pulled an 8 mile against
Swamp.
Swamp.
Yeah, up and comer.
I'm
I
not
really wanted to see
familiar.
that.
How does that happen?
Wait, what? What did I miss?
He had a battle against
He
Swamp.
chokes
and
often, though.
He does.
He chokes off.
New Jersey.
He does. But
He was trending on Twitter.
I was
for a little bit on
I was
Saturday.
looking for that battle because I like Swamp. He's an up and comer. He talks some real shit.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a style clash because Twerk is in your face. Like
Right.
he's and Swamp is like laid back. Twerk choked in the first, and then the third,
Nigga came back and was like, Jersey.
and it was the worst choke. Like he was up there for
For a grip.
like 5 minutes, like
He
not
may
saying
have not-
shit.
He may have not been inspired for this battle. Because when
Okay.
he's not any excuses. Not any excuses.
I gotta hit him with the.
Twerk. He chokes. He's got a pattern of that.
Yeah.
When he really don't like you, is when he doesn't.
The problem is that people be trying to put Twerk on a higher tier.
When
and
he
you
doesn't
can't-
choke,
you
he
can't-
is pretty hard to
But
beat.
that's the thing. Like that's always been my argument with LeBron. It's like we always making excuses for this nigga. You can't say, but when he don't choke, he good. You know what I'm
It
saying?
don't go that way. It
Because
don't
other
work.
niggas, yeah, you're not
The
worried about
only
him
real
choking.
bail I can toss to him is Gnome is a couple weeks away.
Who do we got for no?
He got Geechee Gotti, I think.
So he's not gonna.
Oh no, he already battled Geechee. Who the hell does he have for Gnome? Want to look that up for me? I forget who he got, but he's got somebody for him.
Come on,
I don't think
Savon.
He wouldn't.
Right.
Save, that's crazy. That is crazy. But that's the only bail I can throw to him. It's the only.
See, somebody
little
like
bit.
Gotti, he wouldn't choke.
No,
I haven't
no.
seen that one either.
Yeah, because Geechee Gotti got Averb. Who the fuck
Right.
does Twerk have? Just look up Gnome. Damn, what is it? Gnome
It was-
9
it
now?
was just-
Gnome 10. Gnome 10.
It was
You said
real
Gnome 10?
Yeah,
embarrassing.
Gnome X or whatever.
I gotta watch it now. I haven't been watching
for a
the
battle that's
URL.
not even set up for like general admission. You know, it was an exclusive.
Yeah.
Like niggas shouldn't even have known nothing about this until like a month later.
I was looking for it because I like Swamp, but nigga, that was
Bruh.
terrible.
Yeah,
that was rough.
Definitely gets the L.
Yeah.
Last one. Giving an L out to the Columbus Police Department. Columbus Police Department definitely gets an L. Y'all not right. Neither one of y'all right.
Just go ahead and tell us what we talking
I
about.
want everybody to see these niggas laughing.
Yo.
Before I tell this story.
I'm not even laughing.
Before I tell this
Lord-
story.
the Lord
I
knows
want
my
y'all to
heart.
see these niggas laughing here.
The Lord is my shepherd.
Thanks.
Here we go. So, during one of the protests, I think this was a week ago, maybe two. During one of those protests, police encountered an individual protester who was a double amputee. All right.
This isn't starting good at all.
With a double amputee.
Go ahead and drink my drink.
Through some sort of altercation or crowd control, they trying to push people back. They pushed this individual on the ground, pepper sprayed him. If that's not bad enough for you, they also took both his legs. Y'all
It's
ain't
not
shit.
funny. It's not funny.
Y'all ain't shit.
Fam.
Not funny.
They also took his legs, pepper sprayed him, pushed him on the ground, and took his fucking legs.
You take this man's legs?
Not, oh shit, he fell over. Let's pick up his legs so they don't get trampled. No, nigga, they ran off with them bitches. They ran off with them joints.
I gotta ask a question, and I hate to ask this question. Just so we're clear.
Talking to the mic.
Just so we're clear. I'm not laughing.
Shit,
It's these
no.
guys
You
laughing.
was just laughing.
I'm not laughing. I have a very large smile on my face, but I'm not laughing. The only parts of his body that weren't amputated were his legs. Am I getting that right?
Well, he was down to the knees.
Yeah,
So what the fuck are they? So he has his arms.
Yeah, he got
Yeah.
double. He just had
And
both
instead
legs.
of grabbing his arms,
He grabbed his
he
leg.
grabbed his, I'm assuming he's got all legs and no arms.
No. He got arms. He
He
got
has
legs
his,
down to his knees.
own arms.
Yeah, his own.
But
arms.
his legs are like
Oh.
prosthetics.
Jesus. Got it now.
Yeah, they took both. His
And
legs.
then when you say ran off with him, I'm like, wait, what?
Exactly.
Now I got it.
That's some sick ass
Yeah, 'cause
shit.
you can't, I can't think that far into how fucked up you
and
can
it's
get.
fucked up because I visualized it as we talked about it.
I'm still trying to put it together.
It's some crazy shit. They definitely deserve the L for that.
And now,
and then just run off with them. Yeah.
Well, so a group of protesters, and it was a tweet about this from I think a professor at OSU. She kind of gave the account of it. Shout out to what is the guy's name that I saw this at? David Doyle. For the Rational, I think it's Rational National, his page. Shout out to David Doyle for putting out this story because I live here and I didn't even know about it.
Yeah.
But she said that the group of protesters that was helping him, because there is a video of them trying to pour milk on his eyes and kind of help with the pepper spray.
Mm-hmm.
They ended up running up to the group of police officers and wrestling away the legs to get them back.
That's crazy that they even have to do that.
Why is that a thing? Why is that a thing? Why do you have this? Well, like, what do you gain from doing this?
It's probably gonna beat somebody with them.
I know there's. It's not supposed to be, but I know there's I think it's just the shock of the situation kind of makes it hysterical. But the serious point of this is that like people will try to argue, Killer Mike, that there are certain areas where this type of policing doesn't happen or isn't as prevalent.
Mm-hmm.
And so like when you see something like this, it's like, no man, when we say systemic, it's systemic. It's everywhere.
Yeah, my nigga, it's not
everywhere.
just
Everywhere. It is
don't
in every
pick and
police
choose.
department across this country. It has to be. Or else you wouldn't have these type of cops.
Facts.
Or it wouldn't be a conversation.
Yeah. There it is. It wouldn't be a conversation on if it needs to change. And I don't really see how you could argue against taking somebody's prosthetic legs.
You're not saying all cops are like that.
No.
You're saying every department has
a level
like
of this.
Oh, yeah,
to some degree, it has some level of this type of police.
Yep.
Absolutely. Yeah. Killer Mike doesn't feel that way?
Killer Mike was...
Because if he doesn't, he's wrong. Clearly.
No, it wasn't that. When the protests really started kicking off, like right after George Floyd, there was a news conference held in Atlanta because the protests were kind of going crazy, like most places.
Yeah.
Burning stuff. And so the mayor down there is Val Demings.
The mayor in Atlanta?
Yeah.
Keisha Bottoms,
excuse me. Keisha Bottoms ends up bringing on T.I. and Killer Mike to try to calm down the situation.
T'Challa.
I did not. Yeah, T'Challa. I did not fuck with that at all. I didn't fuck with it at all.
It's brokering the to get everybody, like you said.
No, I get it. But what you're asking them to do is to get out here and try to stamp down the protests in a time where they really shouldn't be.
Yeah.
Because if things would have stopped the next day, if things would have stopped the next week, even the marginal changes that we've seen across the country wouldn't have happened. Donald Trump wouldn't be up there talking about police reform. They wouldn't be talking about dismantling or abolishing the police in Minneapolis. We definitely wouldn't be having a conversation about defunding the police. So nothing that has happened so far, which none of it suffices, still haven't arrested the cops that murdered Breonna Taylor, none of it is to the degree that we would want it to be at this time, but none of the things we've actually gotten would have happened if people would have stopped. And just because you feel as though Atlanta isn't an example of bad policing, particularly in the city that you live, because we know Atlanta and Houston is probably the two black meccas in the United States.
Yeah.
It is what it is. That can't be avoided. But again, you still have the same systemic problems, just like everyone else. So you
it's
gonna
been
ask
proven
Atlanta,
by the Rashard Brooks
yeah,
situation.
right. Thank you. You gonna tell Atlanta to stand down while the rest of the country is in an uproar? You can't do that.
I didn't understand that either. Like,
Yeah,
I understand
can't do
you love Atlanta.
Yeah.
But
Be for real with yourself.
yeah, what do you mean?
Yeah,
I
niggas
didn't
not being real with
understand that.
themselves.
And then what kind of example is that setting? So the black mecca, Atlanta,
Exactly.
is sitting down while the rest of the country is in an uproar. So
Fighting.
what message are you sending?
Yeah.
Telling people to go home and organize. We can organize in these streets, bro. We can organize anywhere.
That's the thing they always, and I hate when they use Martin Luther King for that shit, right?
Yeah.
Like
fuck
they
outta
say,
here.
Martin Luther King wouldn't. It's like, y'all act like we don't know nobody else but King.
And look where it got, Dr. King. Y'all clipped him. Y'all clipped him.
And I feel like that's kind of part of the educational system, like tied into it. Cause like, let's Martin Luther King rose it. It's like, no, you forget
Malcolm. Marcus Garvey.
Well, they didn't educate everybody about some of those situations.
We don't want to talk about Nat
P. Newton
and the Haitians.
Yeah. Facts.
See, why do we leave them out of this? Because you know what? When the Haitians did it the way they did it, Haiti was free.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
a nasty
and it got ugly, but it needed to
Yeah.
happen. It needs to happen though.
It's a nasty prospect to think of. But tell me, what civilization has ever earned their independence? What race of people has ever earned their independence by asking for it?
Nobody.
By asking politely at that.
Nobody, dog.
And I think they know that.
Shit. Did America gain their independence from Britain by asking for it politely? You make me sit all the way through elementary and halfway through middle school hearing about some damn tea party where y'all went and destroyed property. You went to a private business and you destroyed property to declare your independence. Something that our country was founded on.
Not to mention the Confederates.
They teach us that.
They teach you about
Not to mention the Confederates fighting for what they wanted.
Dog.
They teach you about
everybody else's civil unrest is okay except for ours.
Facts.
And I just didn't appreciate the narrative that was being set when he was going with that angle of it. Like, we don't need to do this, not here. Atlanta's different. No, man, Atlanta ain't no different. Until everybody isn't, unless there's an Atlanta in every city around this country, then there's no reason for you to rest. There's no reason for you to let up.
Yeah, my nigga, apply that pressure.
And
for sure.
It was counterintuitive to what everything we hear from T.I.
Yeah.
Outside of that, when it wasn't Atlanta, he was telling us all
This is Wakanda. We can't do this.
It's my daddy hat.
Be clear. This my daddy house. Just live here.
Hell no.
You just been getting over.
Reem, you want to go on W's and L's?
Yeah.
Or was that it?
No, that's it. I'm done. Yeah.
I bet. I'll start with the W's. First W, I'm gonna get to my nephew. He's graduating middle school today, going off.
Shout out.
No.
So shout out my little nigga Zach.
In present or he's virtual?
Virtual. He got a virtual.
That shit sucks, man.
Bullshit, but
I swear to God, Waterson had an in-person graduation.
Yeah, there's a few.
Swear
of them.
I was
seen people.
Yeah.
There's a few of them. There's a few of them that did. But
It's
they play in select schools, but it's all cool. I'm gonna give another W to this white man by the name of Justin Lindsay, who made a Facebook group about white supremacy, white power, and all of that, to gather all the information of all the racist white motherfuckers and forwarded it to all their jobs and people that they know.
What?
Yeah, just exposed all of them talking crazy shit, reported all
What's
of
his
them.
name, Justin?
Yeah, Justin Lindsay.
We're going to put his at on the video.
Yeah.
Go follow him.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
Shout out to Justin Lindsay, man.
Dope though.
And then I got 2 L's. It's like this week. I'm gonna first give an L to myself for losing that damn iPad and blaming my fucking dog.
I was saying, you didn't lose it.
Blame the dog.
You didn't lose it. The dog definitely took it.
Yeah, I'm still blaming the dog till I find it. Feel like it's in that nigga's bag of treats or by his like big ass pillow or something. So Louis, run my shit, fam. Sick of your ass.
The dog needed a tablet, bro.
You know what I mean? He was trying to watch Paw Patrol reruns and shit.
Hell no.
If it don't get canceled.
You know what I mean?
You know what I mean?
So shit. And then the last L goes to the famous Nigerian scammer by the name of Hush Puppy. This nigga has like a whole ring of like scams he's been doing for the last 4 years. Him and like a couple group of his friends have been running like bank fraud and like fake selling designer shit and a whole bunch of other like computer hacking and all this other stuff. And basically he got bagged last week or whatever only because he's been flossing too much on Instagram. Like he's been like flashy and like bragging about the shit he been getting off.
Do he introduce himself to people when he scam them as Hush Puppy? Because I don't feel sorry for any of you.
I'm not sure.
If you ever
Hush
gave
Puppy.
a nigga named Hush Puppy some money, I don't
Yeah,
feel bad for you.
like you kind of deserve
I
that
don't
shit,
feel bad
low
for
key.
you at all.
Yeah. So basically, you know what I mean? Niggas was watching them, and all they had to do was just click on the Instagram a couple times to gather the final pieces and locked his whole crew up. So you get an L, my nigga. Like, if you gonna get money and be quiet. Fam.
Young Hush Puppy.
Especially
Free Hush
if you-
Puppy.
Especially if you're doing it that way. Keep Hush Puppy, nigga.
Oh, shit. That's it?
Yeah, that's all I have.
Bet. So this week, all I have is L's.
Damn.
Yeah, I know.
Nobody love.
It's cool.
We need some gunshots.
The
for
first
this
one definitely deserves it, and that's Spectrum.
Yikes.
You got to answer for that because you
I
used to
don't
work
for them niggas.
You used to work for them,
I
bro.
don't even know them niggas.
So,
Change my number.
so if you noticed last week,
Let's hear it, dog.
our
Love to hear it.
podcast was a couple days late. The reason why is because I usually upload the podcast. And the reason why I couldn't upload the podcast 2 days late is because my internet was out for 2 days. Which, shit happens. It is what it is. But for whatever reason, they couldn't send out a person for that 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, cool. You send a person Thursday, we'll get it taken care of. They told me he would be there from 4 to 5, somewhere in between 4 to 5. And so I'm like, cool, my brother will be there. He'll take care of it. All is good. So they sent me a tracker to let me know when that person's going to show up. And I noticed that it kept saying he'll be there in 11 minutes. 11 minutes would stop and then another 11 minutes would be added to it. So I'm like, what the fuck?
What is going on?
I get home at 6 o'clock and still nobody's showing up, even though he's supposed to be there from 4 to 5. And so at this point, I'm pissed because it's just what if I had something to do? What if I had something important to do?
Imagine if you worked from home.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nigga like me would be sick.
Yeah. I'm depending on y'all to come through and fix the internet, and y'all taking forever. So I finally get a hold of somebody, and he tells me that a person's not going to make it out until 7:45.
I should beat your ass for telling me this.
45?
7:45.
45. Them niggas.
And he didn't really show up till 8 o'clock. So you're 4 hours late, and all you can do for me is finally fix my internet. He fixes everything, which is cool. And then I told him something was going on my remote, so I couldn't control my TV with the remote that they had. And that fucked up because now I can't change the volume on either my TV or my cable box. I can't.
You gotta program the remote. I'll help you.
I'm saying he programmed it and then it worked and then now I can't.
Stop. You gotta do it again. It's cheap equipment, man. It's
That's
cable.
bullshit, bro.
Industry.
That's bullshit.
It's a dying industry.
It's just
That's unacceptable.
shit on top of shit on top of shit. Fuck Spectrum.
Oh man, you know
Yeah,
what? When you hit the group and you showed me your router, I was like,
That router's old as shit.
yeah.
I
He got
figured.
He got a UB. He
Yeah.
got one of the 2-in-1s. You're not even supposed to have that. No more.
Yeah.
I mean, I got
one
it
of
2
those.
years ago.
Yeah, so you supposed
So
to
wait,
have
he didn't even give you a new one?
No.
He didn't replace that?
No.
Go change that out, and they're gonna give you 2 pieces. It's gonna
They
work a lot better.
should.
They
But,
should
well,
give you
yeah.
2
but we
pieces.
just got one updated, and it was still the U.
It was still the UB?
It was
Yeah, they gave you an old
still-
joint.
Well, wait.
It's
So
still some
when I
old
got
ones
it
in
2
there.
years
like,
ago,
new?
was it old then?
When did I stop working in
2
Spectrum?
years?
2018? Yeah, probably.
I think you were still working for Spectrum when I got it.
Probably.
So it was old when I got
When
it.
they increased the internet speed in Ohio,
You
they
dipped?
went up to.
Fuck that shit.
When they increased the internet speed up to 200 as the standard, that's when they were supposed to start phasing out all the old internet equipment
And giving you the
and start
modem
giving
and
you the
router.
modem.
Oh, so they were
and the
supposed to
router.
give me a new one at some point.
At some point.
I mean, they were casually doing it. They weren't going to be like, "Hey, y'all Spectrum customers."
Fair.
They'll never have any technicians.
On top of all that, though, apparently this is a thing that's happening to multiple people in the area, in Columbus.
They
I
probably
saw
are.
somebody on Twitter. We was having a conversation about that shit. You would think they'd be a little bit more proactive and not be 4 hours late
What you
to
gonna
fix
do,
my
bro?
shit.
It's one cable company out here besides WoW, and you ain't going.
Nah,
to get
nah.
And Uverse.
And
Get
you're not
Uverse.
getting
I'm
WoW.
not going. I'm definitely not getting Uverse.
Uverse is damn. What is the?
AT&T.
Yeah, but I'm saying the internet. It's not broadband, but it's
Oh, it's
Roadrunner.
Nah, it's
when it's not
the type
when
of
it's not
internet.
coax cable. What's the type of internet? Come on, man, you worked there more recently than I did.
DHL.
Nah, it's I know what you're talking
Yeah,
about. I just can't think of what it is.
It's not fiber. It's not a high speed internet.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
either running off of data.
Negative 5G.
Because the cap is way lower
it's
than
running off of data.
anything.
It's running off of data. It's not a.
Yeah.
It's not an unlimited.
Oh, yeah, they have-
Because I used to have them, and
Yeah,
their
caps.
cap was not anywhere near what Spectrum would have been, but I couldn't get Spectrum
Yeah,
out
but
there.
Spectrum don't have a cap. It's just speed.
Yeah.
So when you're talking about a fiber based internet, you don't have any caps, and that's why I never fucked with an AT&T or anything like that, because
Yeah,
I ain't got time for that.
shit's crazy. But
Yeah.
fuck Spectrum
Give
for
them a
that.
L. Give them a L.
I'm going to keep
I mean,
Spectrum because there's
definitely
no
earned
other
that.
options. But
They earned that.
Nigga,
You know what I
nigga,
mean?
Big fat L.
I got an L for sneakerheads and for Jordan Brand. Jordan Brand is a quick one. They came out with a low top Concord, but the bottom of it is red. Shit looks ugly as hell. Like it's a Concord up top.
I think low top Concords are ugly in general. Low top
11s are terrible already.
80% of them J's are ugly. So
But like to have a Concord which is white and black, it's smooth. Like you can't really fuck that up.
Jordan
to
11.
just add red to the bottom of it, just fuck everything up.
Yes,
Like if I had a
I
picture,
don't think I've ever seen an 11 with a colored bottom. Like they've been like off white or like that like tinted
Yellow.
blue or
Yeah.
yellow.
Yeah.
But I've never seen like a solid primary
I think
color.
the bread is like the bread 11s are like that, if I'm not mistaken. And from what I've seen,
Bread
it's
11s.
supposed to be a combination of the bread 11s
Red 11.
and the Concords.
Is those the black with the red
Black
jump
and red.
man?
Yeah. I think the bottoms of those are red.
Is like, ain't they like Manila or something like that at the
I think
bottom?
the bottoms of those are red. I
What
think.
is Manila?
Like the
Some kind of off-white.
like off white. Yeah.
But nah, this is supposed to be like a Frankenstein shoe of bread and Concords together.
Get the
And it
fucking
looks
ugly ass shit
terrible.
out of here.
It looks terrible.
Diet ass Jordans, nigga. Get the
It
fuck
looks
out of
terrible. Sneakerheads get an L because earlier this week, Jordan Brand also dropped a tie-dye one. So it's like Jordan ones with like a tie-dye. It's for women exclusively. But on Twitter, I'm seeing a whole bunch of men be upset that they missed out on the tie-dye ones. I'm like, bro,
They're not even
Rocking.
They're not for you.
like, what you mad about,
I
bro?
want them though. I want them.
Nah, them is women's
Go
shoes.
try to find a woman's 20.
Right. Imagine some sick ass shit like that.
Like, chill.
Nigga
Like,
sneaking into
you
the
missed
gym.
out.
Right.
You missed
y'all
out
got
because
the
you
Nah,
really
Nah,
show.
bruh. Nah, fam. Nah, I know what you did. Take them bitches off.
Yeah. Get that back to Leslie, nigga. Stop fucking playing. Give Leslie her shoes back.
Hell no. Give your girl her shoes back, bro.
Oh, shit.
The last L is going out to both Meek Mill and Trey Songz. They had a dispute on Instagram because Meek decided to post a picture with his bread like he always does. He flexes on Instagram. That's what he does.
2
Trey
weeks after
Songz-
saying that you shouldn't be flexing money, but all right,
I mean, it is what it is.
go off.
But Trey decided to get into his comments and say, look, like, I see you got that bread. Why don't you put it to good use and do the challenge that we working on, the Feed Your City challenge. All right.
I don't know if he said it like that.
Well, the first
You
comment
made that
was
sound very
the first
casual
comment.
and
The first
very
comment
nice
was
and
casual.
inviting.
The first comment was casual, and Meek was like, "Well, bro, like, don't come at me like I've been putting money into the neighborhood. I've been doing,
See, with the school system.
yeah, sold a Phantom
He
for
went and pulled his PDF files from his donations for the year.
yeah. So like he's been putting in work,
The Meek of Dimes.
and so then Meek of Dimes is crazy. That's gonna be the title of this one. That's crazy. So then Trey posted the comments on his Instagram, and then that's when he kind of went off like bro, like you need to chill out. Like I didn't mean anything like this. You know, I didn't ask like Fab and some other people to do this as well. Like relax, bro. And then that's when they kind of got into it a little bit. But the reason they both get an L is because Meek didn't need to get necessarily so hostile about it. Like, he's just asking you to kind of join the challenge.
He
like,
got a little bit out of shape. He got a little
I
bit out
feel
of shape.
like
He didn't
Trey
necessarily-
was trying. First of all, here's the problem, and I don't mean to interrupt you.
No, you good.
I feel like this is a conversation you could have called me on or DM.
yeah,
You didn't put it in my comments like I'm being irresponsible with my money and you don't know the full. Because then he told me, like, man, I give charity.
Yeah.
I do my schools in Philly.
yeah.
You didn't even ask me what have I done lately before you told me what I need to do with my money today.
But I think Trey did say he called him though, but he didn't pick up.
Yeah.
So that's when he said,
I
and that's
called
when he
both
posted the next. He
phones.
was like, "Y'all call both phones since you ain't gonna talk."
DM'd you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So bet we gonna put this
But
on.
Trey-
Before or after he hit him online.
I think the first one, but then when he clapped at him, he tried to call him like you're.
So I
He
feel like
didn't
the whole
answer.
convo should have been off social
Yeah, that
media.
should have been in the group
And
chat,
I
fam.
never really went another man telling you what to do with your money.
On
Right,
God,
right.
on God.
If it
Right.
was if the roles were reversed and it was Trey doing this shit and Meek, just I'd have been like, look, bro, you shouldn't tell this man what to do. with
Yeah,
your money.
that's a fact.
No, you're
That's a
right.
Not
fact.
that you wrong in your suggestions.
Just don't
but-
do it. It's uncalled for.
I think neither one of them really needed to escalate the way they did.
Yeah, especially when Meek is trying to get on this this criminal justice reform. You that guy, man. You can't keep going back and forth with Tekashi and falling into traps with Trey. You gotta be the reform guy like we need you to be.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
So you can sell that A, and B, we need that to be like, look, man, look what y'all did to Meek. And they're like, oh yeah, but he keep trying to beat up Tekashi. Like, we don't need that, bro.
Yeah,
For sure.
Are we gonna address the elephant in the room?
What's the elephant in the room?
Is all this shit over Lori Harvey?
Ooh. Didn't even think
We need
about
a sound
that.
effect. I don't need to do that now, but you need to put a sound effect on that.
Is this shit about Lori Harvey? I'm just saying. This
I got
seems
a
like
quick
some real
question.
petty
Okay.
shit.
I got a
We
question.
arguing about on the internet. Is this shit about
Trey
Lori
hit that
Harvey?
or some shit? Or they all want her? I know
Yeah.
everybody wants her.
Arguably,
Both.
they
Both.
both kind of
Both
had
have
some
her at some
kind
So
of
nobody's
relationship.
had her.
But here's
Except
the
for
thing:
Future.
if it is, I was gonna say, isn't Future with her? So like, what are?
Why y'all ain't mad at Future? I just wanted to know. I'm not making no assumptions. I just want to talk about
you
it.
threw her in the middle
I just
of
wanted to
this.
talk about it.
that's a conversation.
That's
Because I thought I was like, what other connections do these niggas have besides this random ass beef? And I was
They
like,
made music before.
shit. Lori Hart, no, but I'm saying like that would make them have some sort of animosity towards
But
each
I
other.
thought
Yeah.
Trey Songz got a whole woman.
Kid and woman, yeah, that is
That's
true.
what I'm saying.
That ain't stop him from hugging all up on Meg Thee Stallion
That's
and shit.
because
He
he
don't
didn't
care.
know the camera
No,
was
he
on
don't
him.
care.
He got
He don't
caught.
care.
That's a
He got
difference.
called lacking. He got called lacking.
He
for
got
sure.
caught.
Hey,
He
I
was-
feel
he
like
was
niggas
doing too
forgot
much.
that he had a woman when that happened.
Yeah.
Like
She had just had the kid.
Yeah, niggas forgot because I didn't hear nobody talking about. Oh yeah, you know, and he got a girlfriend or he got a wife
Yeah.
or whatever. I didn't hear nobody talking about that.
I ain't never
Everybody
thought
was
about
just like, "Ooh, look at Trey Songz and Meg hyping
Yeah.
it up."
Never thought about
Y'all
that.
was
know
having
he got a
some
whole
fun.
baby,
And he got caught.
Damn. No, I never thought about that.
Yeah, I didn't
Say
hear nobody talking about that woman.
Yikes.
Yikes. Poured that drink. She poured that drink. That's it. We're getting mixed up, fellas. Stick together here. What are we doing? That woman knew
Yeah,
that
she knew.
Yeah, she knew.
Yeah, she knew.
Meg knew she was starting trouble. I think Meg did that shit with Fab, didn't she?
But was well,
G-
yeah, I guess
G-Eazy.
Fab was
Yeah.
G-Eazy, yeah.
Yeah, Fab did drive the boat, and that
I
pissed
think
me
she's
off.
just one of them chicks that
He
like
lost
don't
me with
really.
that one.
She don't really care. Like she flirt just to flirt,
yeah.
and she don't really be worried about what motherfuckers be talking about.
Be mad at
Even
Meg.
her own
Yep.
boyfriend. Like she ain't give a fuck about what Moneybag was thinking when they was together,
Yeah.
if they were ever really together.
Cool.
Meg know how to play the game
Yeah.
very well.
She ain't stupid.
Nah. She know what she doing.
Did y'all hear the her track over the Easy beat?
Yeah.
I didn't even actually hear it. I saw the video though.
I heard her.
Saw
Eazy-E
the video
People
that-
is-
It's been more to say. It was more static about the sisters.
yeah, I heard the
Or his
siblings,
daughters.
yeah,
his
the
daughters.
daughters, yeah.
They
Daughters
was
was
kinda-
mad about that.
I
shit.
forgot about that. Yeah,
But they
yeah.
weren't mad at Meg though.
They
They
mad
mad
at
at the
each other.
estate, at
Yeah.
each other,
It's
and the
weird.
fucking
And the
wife,
fact that
last
like
wife.
I guess one of the daughters couldn't get the sample herself,
what
even
the
though
hell
that's
is that
her
about?
dad. But
That's
meanwhile,
stepmom.
all these niggas can
Stepmom.
make
Like,
whatever
we
kind of
can't get
easy
anybody to
songs.
sign off on our dad's work or my dad's work, whichever one is the rapper.
Well,
And- but-
it's,
I think they are
really, people are eating off of Eazy-E's estate though.
Yeah,
You gotta
it's his
think.
wife, his ex-
and
his
so
wife's
like,
wife.
nigga, if you don't got the 250 to put up to get this bitch,
or if it ain't gonna be
I'm not about to
beneficial.
give it to you for free. This is our only source of income, probably.
Yeah.
Like
That's
you,
right.
you gotta cash in. I can understand why it'll make her feel a certain type of way because that's her father. But at the same time, you feeding God knows how many people off of Easy royalties.
Right.
So like you gotta maximize that.
But, like that was my question too with that on that topic of his music and his estate. The lyrics from that song, which is the Boys in the Hood, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Those are Ice Cube's lyrics.
True.
And it's Dre's beat.
Yeah.
So
It goes
you know,
to
so
two
the
different niggas.
hip hop niggas, I was breaking this down like, yo, who really got control of this shit?
I think
Like,
it was
this is
Easy
Dre's
song.
It's
though.
easy song.
It's
though.
Easy song.
But you're not using
He's
none
getting
of his
the
lyrics.
royalty credits.
I don't know how that works. That's like, plus they had that piece of shit contract that they all signed that Cube told them not to.
Yeah.
And then plus back then, I don't think niggas was out here willingly admitting people was writing their raps either.
This is very
So,
true.
so it's not like you're not about to give nigga writing credits on your song.
I don't think they was hiding that.
Uh,
I don't think. I
yeah.
think we all knew. I mean, I was. If,
I
Nah,
don't think
we
people
definitely
knew back
knew.
then. I
But
don't
yeah,
think they knew back then.
I thought everybody knew
I can't
Cube
speak
was
to that.
writing all of that. Because then when they
And
beef, Cube
all
told
of
When I got older, I learned that. When
No,
I got
but that's
older,
why it was such a reveal when they start beefing and he start telling.
Yeah.
He start telling
He
motherfuckers
was
like,
like,
no, like them is mine.
numbers all my shits. Yeah, when they beef.
But
yeah,
that's
this is mine.
after the fact. While it was happening, he wouldn't have put that on no CD. He wouldn't have put that on no album. Like, oh yeah, Q wrote all this shit.
That's fair.
he wouldn't have put that on there.
Somebody cashed
so
them
he got,
checks.
that's how he got the royalties from it.
Or that could be the whole snakery.
That nigga
What
didn't even know.
divided them is that here, me and Jerry gonna establish this as this is all of my content.
Yeah.
That's probably what it is. This
Yeah.
is what Dre does and on the keys. This is still all my content.
Yeah.
And that's probably what divided them. Okay. So it probably is going back. I probably answered my question.
It definitely did. Cause that's what Ice Cube was
That's
mad about.
probably why they were like, yo, you got to go through his estate now. Because I was always thinking, like, yo, why isn't Dre, if his daughters want this, like, why isn't Dre and Q, why we trying to hold people up? I'm like, yeah, like, yo, what do y'all need to make this happen? That was our guy, if there's not any ill will.
Yeah.
You know
Which
what I mean?
it don't seem like there is.
Yeah, even though if you see the movie,
Right.
there's a lot of
Seemed
questions.
like it, maybe.
True.
There's a lot of questions. But it's sad to see his kids beefing with each other
Yeah.
over the content.
Yeah.
Sibling rivalry. What they say? Nobody wins when the family feuds, dog.
Right. Facts.
Facts.
No, I didn't hear the song though, but I did see the 20-second little clip of the video of her just twerking.
This nigga just watched the shit. He watched the shit on mute.
I watched it multiple times. I watched it multiple times. It is what it is. Anyway, it is what it is. Anyway, any other
Oh,
thoughts?
there's a song on this bitch?
So she just dancing. Oh, why? Lyrics kind of tight.
I'm not the only one, so whatever. Definitely not the only one.
You're not.
I ain't see it.
You lying. Anyway, so Dubs, L's, any other thoughts or anything like that?
I'm done, man. Rest the cops that murdered Breonna Taylor.
Facts. With all that being said, we got another song for y'all. Keep sending in submissions, by the way.
Sure, definitely.
Yeah,
For
need
sure.
that.
BOT.
Also, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Keep that engagement going. Really helps us on YouTube, man. YouTube is a motherfucker. Fuck that algorithm.
Absolutely.
Fuck that
Absolutely.
algorithm.
But SoundCloud, what up?
Yeah, what up? All our SoundCloud listeners, for sure. We definitely appreciate y'all. Y'all keeping us vital.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it.
I got one more. First of all, I had a great time.
Oh, yeah,
I gotta
yeah.
go back.
Thanks for coming out, Pete.
I get
We
it.
forgot
Thanks,
about
our
that.
guy,
It's cool. I got to do this. When y'all had Tonio on here, very disrespectful to the city of Columbus.
Yes.
I always tell Marcus, I
Extremely.
got nothing. I'm from Cleveland Heights. I got nothing but love and respect and esteem for the great people of Columbus, Ohio.
Same.
I have
Real
a ball
nigga.
when I come down here. Your strip clubs are lovely.
Speak on it.
So much more to do.
Yeah.
So he was out. I'm going to tell you, he was out of line. Columbus is the capital.
Thank you.
He was out of
We
line.
appreciate that.
Put some
Tone.
respect.
But what I will say is Cleveland is the Harlem of the whole thing.
And then we're going to end it on that.
With that
Appreciate
being
y'all.
said,
Wait.
song of the week.
I even got the New York guy.
Yeah. Go
I
ahead.
feel like Columbus is the capital. Just like, you know what, Albany is the capital of New York. I
Damn,
feel
so
like-
Columbus is Albany and Cleveland is Harlem?
Y'all
We
are
gotta
the
wrap
capital.
this up.
Get the fuck
But
on.
Harlem
We gotta
is-
wrap this
Get
up.
the fuck
But
on.
Cleveland is the Harlem
You
of
started
New
Shit,
York.
so
we can't
well.
we can't even be like
The Bronx.
the Bronx.
Y'all can be the Bronx. I just gave y'all the capital. The Bronx is not the capital.
Nah, we Albany, bruh. Compared to Cleveland's New York
We
City.
the Harlem.
All
We the
right,
Harlem.
They
Y'all
and
the
they-
capital.
They
And
started
niggas beg to
so
differ.
well.
Do they?
Yeah.
Just to come back and
Who we
disrespect.
got? Who we got, man?
Who the song of the
See
week?
the song of the week.
Shout out to A Solo. Song of the week in the hood. And with that, we out.
This nigga.
Alright, cool. Got it this time. Yeah. In the hood, then you always complain. In the hood, then you always complain. In the hood, then you always complain. In the hood, then you always complaining. In the hood, then you always complaining. In the hood, then you always complaining.
Blessing you rope, blessing you coat. Young man, need the best of you dope. God's hands where I rest when I float. Meditation, get the best of you dope. Like flow. Like flow. Yeah, grammar choice and articulate. Kinda diverse with the pen and shit. Need work on my penmanship, but my people dying and I need to vent. Do you know where life goes? Yeah, young nigga, 18 years in the making. Fuck school, said don't need education. Young man, you just gotta be patient. Get them bands and that mind don't be wasted.
In the hood, then you always complaining. In the hood, then complaining. In the hood, then you always complaining. In the hood, then you always complaining.
Grab a pole when you claim to be banging. Kill me now is what you be thinking. Where you going on your mind to be draining. In the hood, then you always complaining. Situation ain't gon' never get better until you get up and start making moves. Fuck them niggas slinging on the corner, acting like they really know you my dude. Stripping life but can't afford the shit. Life is priceless, can't ignore the shit. Understand, you's a waste of talent locked up in a cell and you can't get out it, do you know?
In the hood, then you always complaining. In the hood, then you always complaining. In the hood, then you always complaining. In the hood, then you always complaining.
There can be a better day. All you really gotta do is pray. Have faith in your words down to every syllable. And believe in God like a nigga spiritual. I said to keep the peace, we gon' need the spiritual. Add some time, subtract the vision. Together, man, I mean that's the mission. Gotta have a vision, can't lack ambition. Gotta keep wishing just like the Browns. I mean, I know defeat is all around, but you gotta keep kicking.
Yeah. Alright. Yeah, Black Lives Matter and the trap do too. Stack them funds about the trap back fool. Understand, don't nobody care about the hood, man, and that shit ain't cool. We got to be the ones to break this chain of pain in our own damn nation. I mean, I need the whole damn racing. Like, black man, what the fuck is you racing? I got the gas, so what is you facing? Down for the cause like Negro, my nation. I got the soul, my power is amazing. Watch me gloat like atom bombs blazing. Young nigga float like more pink than the bank. Cause I feel like I'm opening too. I better man, cause the ones that came before me was doper than ketamine. Yeah.